Hello, it's Carlos. How are you? Today's episode is a good one because I am deconstructing, decoding Lana Del Rey's A&W. Now, the gays, the girlies, we have been obsessed with this song. It feels like a return back to form, and I am so excited to break it down. Let's make it happen, and make sure you give this video a like and a follow because I'd really appreciate it. So, let's go. Lana Del Rey just released the second single to Did You Know That There Is a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard. This is the most Lana Del Rey title I feel like Lana Del Rey has ever released. It really goes with the vibe, and there actually is a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard in California. The more you know, pretty cool. You know, Lana Del Rey is one of those artists that doesn't need promotional assistance to release music. Some artists, they need a build-up. They need a scandal. They need a TikTok. Lana Del Rey's not that person. She puts it in the music, which is so hard for artists sometimes to understand. Like, put it in the music, man. I don't want to hear you talking. Put it in the music. You know what I'm saying? Can I just say that I am so obsessed with this song? It sounds like all of the different Lanas are coming together. I can hear Born to Die Lana. I can hear Ultraviolence Lana. I can hear Honeymoon Lana. I can hear NFR Lana. I can hear Lust for Life Lana. I can hear Chemtrails and Banisters. I can hear all of the different portions, the parts. It really is like a prism of Lana Del Rey. It's all the shades that makes LDR, the artist that she is. And in this 7-minute song, you can so perfectly hear her life. You can hear the experiences of her past, but you can also hear her future. And something about this song feels extra special. And I know we all love the beginning. We all love the first 5 minutes. It's definitely giving her folky Banisters, Chemtrails kind of vibe to the music. But as we progress towards the 4 to 5 minute mark, we take a turn. And this is where you can hear Jack Antonoff's influence. And let me say this about Jack Antonoff. I love his work with Florence. I love his work with Lorde. Melodrama, for a while, was my favorite Jack Antonoff album that was produced by him until NFR came out. And I was like, oh, this is so good, but in such a different way. And I feel like that's what made me like it, was that he wasn't leaning onto the synth beats. He was leaning more into the storytelling, the world building, which in my opinion is even harder. And so for Lana, when I hear A&W and you hear the breakdown and you hear the synth and you're like, oh, what's happening? That's our girl. That's always been our girl. She's always been there, and it feels like when your big sister goes to college and she comes back and then she gives you a big hug. That's what that song felt like. That's what A&W feels like. It feels like a big hug from my sister, who I love so much and I haven't seen in years. And I just feel like this song it's almost like the genesis of something new. The beginning of something that we don't even know what's happening, quite frankly, yet. But we know we like it. And so I'm into it. I really like this song. Too much. I like this song way too much. It's almost concerning how many times I've listened to this song. A lot of times. A lot of times. Breakdown. I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9. I haven't seen my mother in a long time. I mean, look at me. Look at the length of my hair, my face, the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn what I do after years of just hearing them talking? Now, there's a lot to unpack here. I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9. I think when you're young, you're free. Your movements, the way you do things is just so disconnected from judgment. And you can hear that in the first line. And then she goes into, I haven't seen my mother in a long time. Mommy issues. I have daddy issues, but parent issues, and the fact that she hasn't seen her mother. And Lana has referred to her dad a lot. You definitely hear, even in interviews, that Lana has a deep care and love for her father, but you don't really hear for her mom a lot, which is kind of interesting. And then it goes into, I mean, look at me, look at the length of my body, my hair, my face, the shape of my body. It's almost like when you are who you are, by her just simply being Lana Del Rey, we judge her. We judge her because she's a woman, and because women, we judge at a higher level and rate than we do men. And so maybe in this line she's saying, do you think I give a damn because I look the way I look? I've looked the way I've looked my whole life. And I think people, let me say this, people have made some really shady comments about Lana Del Rey's weight in the last couple of years. And if you're one of those people who's actually commenting or tweeting about like her weight and how like she's changed and how you want skinny Lana back, you're the problem. You are the problem. Fix yourself, please. She then goes into, I'm invisible. Look how you hold me. I'm invisible. I'm a ghost now. Look how you hold me. I feel like Lana talks about being invisible, the feeling of not being seen. We all value in this lifetime to know that people saw us and that we were understood. And I feel like Lana can be one of those people that she's such a giver. And when givers give all the time, no one's given to them. And it can feel so easy to not feel like you're being appreciated or even valued. She then goes into the pre-chorus. I say I live in Rosemed. Really, I'm at the Ramada. It doesn't really matter. Okay, Rosemont is a city in LA, and then the Ramada is an affordable hotel in LA. So I feel like there is like a juxtaposition. Like she's saying she lives in this nice area, but really she lives in this like cheap hotel, which is so Lana. I feel like Lana's the person who, in reality, actually I know this. I saw a video where she like her truck, the car that she drives every day, is like a Ram truck. It's not anything fancy. You know what I mean? It's not a Bugatti. It's not a Maserati. And Lana Del Rey could definitely afford a car like that. She's a normal girl. She doesn't need all that. Like she said, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I think Lana is disconnected from earthly things. In a way, I'm not saying that she doesn't like things or possessions, but she doesn't need the fancy things. Those things do not matter. At the end of the day, you can't take that stuff with you. So why worry about it? Really, though. Into her second verse, she says, watching Teenage Diary of a Girl, which is a movie about a 15-year-old girl who started having sex with her mom's boyfriend. Problematic, really gross. Wondering what went wrong. I'm a princess. I'm divisive. Ask me why I'm like this. Maybe I'm just kind of like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of like this. I feel like there's always been this like Lolita reference to Lana. This reference of like the loving of an older man. You know, I get it. I'm into older men too. And I think she's almost now wondering and questioning, were those narratives that she were building right? I'm a princess, I'm divisive. Ask me why I'm like this. It's like she knows she's sweet and she knows that she can't choose, but sometimes she asks herself, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I thinking that maybe being with an older man or dating somebody who's not even in my same kind of lifestyle? I think there's definitely a lot of context here, right? There's a lot of unpacking, and it's interesting. So into the next verse, it goes into, call him up, come into my bedroom. Ended up, we fuck on the hotel floor. It's not about having someone to love me more. This is the experience of being an American whore. Okay, so this is the first time we hear American whore, which is A&W, the innuendo for American whore. But also A&W has the deep Americana connection to it. A&W stands for the restaurant A&W or the American root beer A&W. I feel like Alana's always, she's like nostalgic Americana. That's the perfect way I can reference it. She is always referencing things of the past, of American culture, and trying to modernize it in a way that is digestible for audiences in 2023, but also give you that feeling of the past. And that's like nostalgia at its finest. And Lana does that so well. Call him to my bedroom. We ended up fucking on the hotel floor. That is very Lana. Lana is about having sex. She's a sexual person. A sensual person. And I feel like if Lana wanted to have sex on the floor with someone, I'd be like, yeah, sure, do it, girl. That doesn't surprise me. But it also doesn't like gross me out because Lana's like a free person. Like, think of like Lana in Ride music video. She's free. She's free, baby. She's free. She ain't worried. So I can see that for her. It's not about having someone to love me anymore. She doesn't care about love. She does not care about love. Love is gone. No, not gone, but she's not worried about it. She's moved on. This is the experience of being an American whore. I think that for men and women, we can all at times be American whores. And the fact that Lana is referencing it makes me want to get an A&W tattoo. I feel seen. I feel seen. So now the third verse. I mean, look at my hair. Look at the length of it there and the shape of my body. If I told you that I was raped, did you really think anybody would think I didn't ask for it? Didn't ask for it. Didn't testify. Already fucked up my story. I think this portion of the song really speaks to how the way that men can assume that when a woman is dressed in a way that they're comfortable in, that it gives them the right, the privilege to do whatever they want. And that is wrong. Because a person can do whatever the person wants. And if that means that a person wants to show more skin, have beautiful hair, show off their legs, they're allowed to do that without having to get assaulted or without having to get, in here, this portion of the song, raped. Like, the fact that we as people assume things about people and then take the liberty to access those things is not right. And it's not okay. And I love that Lana is saying, is my body the reason why people can do whatever they want? Is the shape of my hair, the length of my hair, is that a why for you to assume? Is it? Because it shouldn't be. At all. At all, at all. Okay, now as we follow the final chorus, we get into the breakdown. And the breakdown, like I said earlier, is what we're living for. The breakdown is me at the club with my friends, drinking the air. I am living, I am dancing. Lana has capitalized on what we want. And what we want is to get down and dirty. COVID happened, and COVID was sad. But I want to move forward. I want to dance. I want to feel. I want to be on the dance floor. And the last 3 minutes of A&W makes me want to dance. And so Lana goes, Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Puff, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Puff, Jimmy, get me high. Love me if you love or not, you can be my light. Wanna get high. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. I love it. I feel like this last breakdown has a lot of deep sensuality to it. It's very sexual at moments. And I feel like what Lana's doing is, at the beginning of the song, she's talking about being an American whore and how the idea of what it is. And at the end, she's kind of like living in it. She's like, okay, let's do it. Jimmy wants to get high. Jimmy only love me when he want to get high. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, there is something very, at moments, youthful about this portion of the song. But at the same time, it's a good time, right? And that's, I think, what is the beauty of a Lana Del Rey song, is the highs and the lows. She can talk about how maybe at moments she doesn't want to be in love and how she chooses to exclude herself from the narrative. And then at the end of the song, she's like, you know what? Let's get down and party. Let's get her done, baby. And I love that about her. It is the multifacetedness of it all. You know, we as humans, we're total shades of many colors, a lot of colors. And so why stop yourself? You know, I think the prediction for this era is going to be a good era. I think that it's going to be in many ways different from Blue Banisters and from Chemtrails and from NFR, but I think it's in the right direction. I'm excited to see what we're going to get visually. We haven't received a music video yet. We did get an interview magazine, which was really interesting. Lana hit a lot of good points in this magazine, in this interview with Billie Eilish. Now, some of the top points were that for the cover, she was going to do a nude shoot, and she had taken the images, it was ready to go, and she decided to just go with a different cover. And in the interview, she shares about how she felt like once she progressed in that way, it would maybe deter different work from happening. And I can kind of get what she means. Like, once you go nude, you have to start moving in that direction. And that can be a little different for some people, right? You kind of have to narrative base now on being more open. And, you know, when you show your body, you're definitely showing a vulnerability, right? And so for Lana, I think especially after people calling her fat for so long, she was like, well, you know what? Let me show you my body. And then after she took the picture, she was like, why am I doing this? Why am I actively giving them what they want? Why? No, exactly. So I'm happy she chose to do what she wanted to do. She also talked about how the last song she wrote for the album was in September. Lana Del Rey writes music very quickly. Lana Del Rey is a true creative. Lana Del Rey doesn't need 30 writers in a room. She doesn't need, which is great for some people. Some people, that is the type of art they make. But for Lana Del Rey, everything feels very touched by Lana. She is the nucleus of the world, of the music, the sonic universe that is Lana Del Rey. And it's really obvious. And I wouldn't even be surprised if she's like working on her next album. Even though her album that's about to come out has already been finished. Like, she moves so quickly. That is like Lana's whole thing. The fact that her debut was in 2011, and she now has 9 albums. Mind you, Katy Perry, whose debut was in 2008, 2007, she has only 5. So I think it just shows you the work. And not to compare people, but I think Lana Del Rey is doing a really great job of pumping out music. Good music. Good music. That's the most important part. It's important to put it in the music. It doesn't matter if you have great visuals. It doesn't matter if you have a great promotion budget. That doesn't matter. Because Lana Del Rey Moments doesn't have those things, and she's still great. And I think that is harder to do. Absolutely. What I love is that there's a portion where Billie talks about, how there's moments where she wants to write music that doesn't come from her perspectives, from her experiences, and how they can almost be easier songs to write. And I love Lana because she's like, actually like 90% of my music is from personal experiences. And that is so Lana. That I feel like when I am listening to Lana Del Rey's music, I'm listening to her diary. It is her, fully her. And there's something about that is just so... It's just honorable, because we live in a world where we want to put walls up. It's so easy to not be seen. It is so easy to not want to show who you are. We do that all the time. And Lana Del Rey has made it a point to be uniquely herself. And even if people judge her or they don't like her, who cares? She likes herself. And I think that's the most important part, right? And so I think that this era is going to be a great era. Do I think it's going to be her best album? I don't know. I hope it is. I hope it's better than NFR. I hope it's better than Ultraviolence. But I'm really excited to see where this goes and where the progression of Lana goes. I could see in a world where maybe in the next album cycle, we get a Born to Die Part 2. We get a rap, hip-hop, Lana, rapping bars. I could see a world where we go back to form. We return to the genesis. We return to what was. And I think with her being so comfortable in a new writing style and being so comfortable writing from her first album to her 9th album, I would love to hear the sonic colors that were used in the first album used in the 9th one, or in the 10th one, the newest one. I would love to hear that. I would love to hear what she has to offer in a way that she hasn't offered it before. And if anybody is going to be different, it's going to be Lana Del Rey. She is the one who's going to make it. Out of everybody, I believe in Lana Del Rey. She's my girl. We have the same birthday. Me and Lana Del Rey. June 21st, baby. There's something about us Cancers. We're a little crazy, but we love hard, and we can't be controlled. Yeah, we can't be controlled. And that is a beauty. There's a beauty to that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know, do you like A&W? What did you think about this deconstruction? What are you most excited for? I'd love to read your comments. So thank you so much. Bye.